I received a past message from my old self. In other words, I found a journal entry from 9th of May 2021, which is exactly 1 year today later, 9th of May 2022. So it's from a year ago, and I thought I'd rip it out of my journal and just write how I felt today, because this note from my past self is how I felt at that time in my life. I just wrote it down, how I felt. It was horrible. I'll read it. I don't recall ever feeling this sad, lonely, dehumanized, under-acknowledged, mistreated, lost, misunderstood, helpless, or worthless in my entire life. Oh, I forgot to add, scared of what's to come. So I thought that I could write how I felt this year, and going by how the weekend went, past few days, I thought I'd be writing something a lot more positive in there and feeling great. But to be honest, after today, I feel exactly those same things. Sort of different circumstance in a way.
Did you communicate at all?
But it's related.
In the days
it's not like it on during year-long suffering.
Yes.
I'm not always suffering like this. But today, I feel like these emotions again.
I heard from him.
What does that mean? And it's usually environmental. It's all environmental. It's all stuff, trauma happening to me. And I feel like a victim from too many things at once. They all come at once.
Tell the jury about your communications with Mr. Depp.
And something freaky happens, and then
It's kind of confusing because he's texting.
I get stronger afterwards.
Sustain objection. I'll strike that from the record. You'll disregard that testimony.
But I'm not attracting this. It's not my perspective.
Find it to the communications you had with Mr. Depp, please.
When you live in Mount Druitt, you live a frontline traumatic life.
Sorry, and told me that he was
You get bombarded with injustices from places like justice system, police force, health system, employer, family. You get it all in one go. And you come across some freaky information about what's really going on, bigger picture of things, or a future vision that freaks you out because you're scared then, as well as traumatized. You're scared about more trauma happening in greater amounts from this particular source of where it's coming from. Like under attack here. The enemy makes itself very known to you, and it makes you think that this life situation is pushing you towards a breaking point where you're going to want to give up and feel hopeless and defeated. And they win. So I won't show defeat. I'll shed a tear. Or two. I'll feel helpless. I won't let them make me feel worthless. I'm scared and confused and worried and concerned. Couldn't sleep last night. I can live with that.
Monster will never come back. Monster will never come back. And because it felt like such a different.
Then, even freakier,
than it had ever been before. And because
I summoned up some powers to help me last night. I was lying in my bed, rolling and tossing and anxious and panicky and asking the ancestors, please help us. Please help me and my partner right now in this horrible, horrible, awful year it's been for us. Please. And then I felt bad because I thought they're probably busy doing other matters really, really urgent, and maybe in the timelines or an afterlife realm that they can't really help me right now, protect me. And they've been busy tied up with more urgent matters, or they are around and protecting and helping, and it could actually be worse than this. And this this horrible traumatic event time
Lay the foundation, Your Honor. Let's go to
is actually already under protection, meaning it could be a lot worse. I'm thinking, how much worse could it be? I'm imagining. I can see how it could be worse, or where it could lead to.
And I would say
But I will not let them win.
state of mind, Your Honor. Sustain the objection.
You feel like you've been getting taken out by a very organised, structured
Did
force
you ultimately communicate?
designed to make you feel all the things I just mentioned that I feel in that journal entry.
Email without saying anything about what's in the email.
So if it happens again on May 9th next year, what do you think that might mean?
Did
Are we in a loop?
what she said. Correct. Okay.
Is it my time and my partner's time to get our,
You communicate to Mr. Depp what you have drafted in
attack, systematic simulated attacks that's so obvious, occurring on the same date of the year each year,
response did Mr. Depp have to your sending?
essentially giving themselves away. But if you look into it like this, he's considered paranoid. So that's when you've got to be like this to the world and tell the world, fuck off, you don't know what I'm dealing with. So if you want to support me,
Fight for the relationship.
friends, family,
To prove that he was sober and he was committed to changing.
you just have to accept that I live an actual movie life full of traumatic experiences to myself and others around me in my circle who I care about.
He was embarrassed and sorry. He said
Like,
it was, and I believe
never ending. And no justice.
so why he took him back.
None whatsoever.
Got back with him
The injustices are happening to us from justice.
on the condition that he would
Is this, are you starting to understand? Like,
to do the treatment, to do the full detox, clean up.
this is why people's lives in Mount Druitt are fucked. Everyone here is under attack from justice, community services, facts,
June
police. Sometimes
2000.
police are useless when they're needed,
And I think you testified earlier, and others have as well, that Mr. Depp
and there's spiritual warfare going on. Alright?
Yes, I did. Could you please describe for the jury what
So,
those next few months were like?
I'm going to make another part of this video coming up. It has to be made. It might be an imaginary character mythology, I'm not sure.
Brought on that had
But as I'm learning more about the injustices occurring to others, the injustices are starting to occur to me,
and all of a sudden this doctor
at me, unprovoked, in my face, obviously.
was this doctor was going to be the solution.
And not just to me, other people. I can see it's happening to them too.
On board and all this
This is front line, living.
team would be involved in Johnny's
You're all going to be experiencing this soon, or your children will, in this place, this society.
did, I already by this point heard
What are you doing to contribute it or like help to remedy it?
like
Do you even recognise it as it? Probably not,
they were going to come to Boston and start working.
because the ones of us that are able to see things from the up high collective view of what's going on with us
level,
and looking around at what's up here
filming,
in the collective,
finish filming,
these fucking cohorts and agendas, mate,
maintained
designed to fucking get us to eat each other
pills, including the painkillers.
or take each other out or take ourselves out.
The plan was he would obviously
It is never ending.
all other drugs like weed and coke, and then when he finished filming, the plan was to do the full
When you see it for what it is, it gets worse for you.
I don't understand what the objection. I don't think
It's like they know, we know what they're doing and what they see, how they're doing it. Likewise,
I was involved
there's a war, tit for tat.
with the doctors and with his sister.
I got a little bit of retribution today when I asked for help from ancestors last night, and they showed me how they helped in a fucking very obvious way the next day. Like, legit.
As a result of these communications, without saying what the communications were.
This is going to go on my Buzz channel because I don't think this is like imaginary. This is happening to me, okay? And maybe my mythological imaginary characters are going to help me to deal with what's going on in my life, and I'm going to have to put my sword out and get superhero persona out right now because I can't let it defeat me. I refuse to take things lying down. I refuse to cop the fucking treatment I've been getting and my partner's been getting. What the fuck is going on? Leave us the fuck alone. And that's it. We're not going to fucking just accept this. I'm not going to accept this treatment from anyone, any cop, any justice, any lawyer, any judge, all of them. None of yous. No, I'm not like the others that are just going to like cop it sweet and just like, oh, you know, it's how it always is. You can't really say shit and you don't really do anything about it. That's how they always do it. I don't accept that, guys. And no one else should either. That's rubbish. Treatment of vulnerable community people that need support and resources and access to like services. The services are fucking hurting them even more, traumatizing them. This is so obvious.
And at the time I was staying in Boston with him, having wrapped my movie, and he would in mid-sentence.
How do I make this more obvious for the audience to see and want to circulate?
And he would come in.
How do I do that?
Sleep, or being awake, or completely
I've got to keep making the content.
And he had a cigarette in his hand, and
what else am I going to do?
He smoked. He just sat the cigarette.
I'll keep going to the courts. I'll keep going to the police. I'll keep ringing up the fucking stupid lawyers that don't do their job. I know it's ineffective and won't make a difference. So I've got to come up with other fucking ways of getting my fucking retribution and retribution for my partner. Because there's going to be some, mates. Don't worry. Keep up with the attacks.
In my family, I hadn't seen anything like
Watch what happens. Keep going, yeah?
That I was trying to figure out with the nurses and
Next year, 9th of May, I'm going to read that note again and see if all these fucking freaky events are happening to me again around about that time. Like a simulation. Like a Matrix glitch.
constantly worried and in communication.
You know, people start going like NPCs.
Worse and worse, more of this passing out.
This is fucking different dimension.
Screaming, waking up in the middle of the night, sometimes crying, and the emotions would change from one to the next, like by the second.
You know it when you're there.
I remember
people you knew for years suddenly become strangers.
filming in Boston, and we went to this
Nobody seems to believe you or listen to you, or validate or acknowledge what you're going through.
He was just bawling, you know.
People around you are turning to robots and lacking empathy and lacking hearts.
I felt so bad for him, and I thought maybe it was just what Kipper had introduced into the regime.
Start thinking people don't have souls, or people's souls getting infiltrated, personality swaps, thought machines, 1984, all of it, mate. Agent Smith. Hello, Mr. Anderson, sort of shit. Yeah.
Taking about double the amount that he told them was his normal when he started
For real.
process with the doctors. So
Okay?
after a few, I think months of going, what is wrong? And,